To look back over the past few months and to consider how much I have learned and how much I have changed is somewhat overwhelming. Coming to UIT was not a difficult choice. Education is going digital, so I thought what better way to enhance my professional knowledge than to set myself up as a teacher and to come to a school focused solely on technology. Technology can be frustrating at times, but it also provides us with resources and learning communities where we can go to better ourselves as educators. Upon arriving at the Faculty of Education, we were asked why we wanted to be teachers, and then, after our first semester of learning and practicing, we were again asked the same question, and I had to control my thoughts as they were just taken away from me. Being a learner, learning to teach different learners is exhausting and frustrating. There were times where I questioned what I was doing here, questioned my notions of what being a teacher was, and then I would think back to that moment during debrief day where I had to think about being a fly on the wall in my classroom, draw a picture, and explain what was happening. I was a teacher. All their eyes were on me, trusting me to guide them in the right direction, just as I trust my UOIT profs to guide me in the right direction. I don't have all the answers, and although I once thought that this program would provide them to me, I now know better, and I know that all my students want from me is a partner in learning. How could I forget the UOIT lesson template? Not only did I struggle through the lesson plan assignment, but I was able to come full circle and see how that lesson plan template provided me with a written commitment to my students and to myself as an educator. Although it was extremely long and often difficult to complete, it helped me differentiate my instruction to the individual needs of my students and to their learning. As an educator, I have a social responsibility to mold the minds of our young students, and it is with great care and dedication, and of course the lesson plan, that I am able to fulfill these shoes I have chosen to wear. If I think back and look at myself as a learner, I would have to say I have changed. Not only did I once think coming to UIT would teach me to be a teacher, but I also thought that I would learn all there is to know about teaching. I was annoyed at first, but as I delved deeper into my own learning, I could feel myself growing. Not only was I more confident as a person, but as a teacher, ready to fulfill my commitment to my future students, and 6 months can really have a large impact on a person if they let it. I know I was stubborn at first, but I feel with the help of technology and my surrounding community of professors and teacher candidates, I am ready to take on what the future holds for me and hopefully bring forth a new generation of socially responsible children ready to take on the world. Nurturing young minds is not as easy as one might think. Going into a classroom where routines have already been established can be daunting, but seeing this little network in motion can really help to explain the importance of classroom management. Unfortunately, there's not a class that focuses solely on this because, yes, you guessed it, classroom management cannot be taught. It has to be learned out there in the classroom. However, because I have surrounded myself with other teacher candidates, I'm able to participate in the creation of collaborative, safe, and supportive learning communities designed to assist me in developing my own classroom management philosophy. I am providing myself with resources as a learner to assist in my own learning. I have heard many times that a teacher is never done learning. Having been through my first year at the Faculty of Education, I would have to wholeheartedly agree. My classroom learning may end before I head out into my own classroom, but once there, I start a different kind of learning. Learning to understand my students, understand their learning needs, and yes, learn what classroom management philosophy works best for me. But even as my learning for the day has commenced, planning for the next day is a whole new adventure, and often just listening to my students, I find myself again finding a new appreciation for something I had once forgotten about. As a future teacher, I must hold on to that notion that children can spark a lost interest and ignite a passion for lifelong learning.